Oh, was it Pontius?
So I actually
I
did.
thought Knoxville drank it too, didn't he
So
not?
I have let's see. I have how many ounces of stuff they've drank
Oh
of like
God,
gross stuff.
that's
So
the stuff that makes me turn away.
they have the yellow snow cone, they have the milking of the horse, they have the sweatsuit cocktail that Steve-O just pukes up, the Cajun
Ugh.
obstacle course where they drink Jackass 2.5, they drink spit from cups. Then Agori drinks his own pee. There's piss from a female donkey, and then there's pig semen in Jackass Forever. But Knoxville mainly stays away from that, and that's in the quiz too. He's like, "Yeah, I stay away from that."
Oh, does he? I thought
Yeah,
he drank some of it, but maybe not.
yeah. What did in this interview with Fandom? I think yeah, he. You know what I love, man, with this interview with Fandom, and I'm not patting myself on the back, but he loves these questions. He loves these stats, and I don't think I could be
Oh yeah,
happier. He was laughing at these things, man.
yeah, because somebody you took the time to come in there and just watch all the movies and just like tally up all the stuff.
Oh gosh, I love that. It's
Makes you a true fan. Out of
Hey,
the four, did you say which one of the movies is your favorite though?
I mean, it's got to be Jackass. Just the
The first
first
one?
one, yeah.
Okay.
Well, just because the shopping cart scene, just the stunts in that film, I think, I think it's just the first one for me that works the best. But yeah, I guess Jackass the movie,
See, I always liked the second one the most. Although
Jackass
like
number two.
yeah, yeah. I don't know why. I liked that one. I liked 3D also, like some of the stunts in there, but for some reason I think I always liked two more.
I
It
mean,
felt
they
like they like perfected some of the stuff that they were like I don't know with the first one, like they kind of perfected some of the stunts and went a little bit bigger. Not as big as 3D went, but bigger.
no, that makes sense. I guess just with Jackass, it feels so much raw. It feels raw,
It does, it does.
and but
Even the
then,
show, like it kind of feels like the show, you know.
and I think that's why I love it because it's just it still feels gritty, and they're still younger, so they can take a lot more damage. And I just think, yeah, I mean, one is raw, but I don't know. I just said butt. You have the Ryan Dunn car in the butt joke, which is pretty.
Oh god,
Gosh, and then just
I actually did like that one.
alligators biting the Johnny Knoxville's nipple, the roller skating disco in the moving truck, where they just get jettisoned around, and Party Boy and just Wasabi Snooter.
What was
It's
the one where they rented? That was the first one where they rented the car and then brought it back after going to the Derby.
oh, that opens up. That either opens the first or second one up.
Yeah, I can't remember if that was the first. I thought that was the first one, but I could be wrong.
Oh, that's hilarious. Yeah, I love that one. And then you just, I don't know, you get like porta potties and poop and the bungee wedgie. Yeah, that's
Yeah, there's a decent.
and then just
It's a solid lineup.
Steve-O's. I mean, listen, I don't like. I guess you want to talk about our favorite moments in the Jackass movie franchise. Do you want to do that?
Yeah, like our skates and stuff.
Yeah, and I guess I
Yeah.
got to open with Jackass the movie, the shopping cart, the gigantic shopping cart, because there's so much shopping cart action in Jackass, especially like CKY and then Jackass. When you watch the TV show and the first couple movies,
Hmm.
lots of shopping cart action.
Oh yeah. Yep.
So to see a gigantic shopping cart with everyone attached to it, and then they get pulverized into the what convenience store, and they all go flying.
Hmm.
It's just perfect. It's such a
Yeah.
great visual of them just getting hit with stuff, and in that scene, there's nut shots, there's punches, there's Party Boy. I think every character is sort of defined. Wee Man is in a costume, and Jeff Tremaine just said that he loves putting Wee Man in costumes because he said he looks cute. So you just get the entire dynamic of the show. And Dave and Danger Aaron are on the sides. Of course they're in the sides. They're not in the main cart. They're always on
Right.
the periphery, which just makes me laugh. So yeah, I mean that Jackass stunt opening up Jackass the movie in the shopping cart is definitely my favorite. I know it's not a gag or a stunt. It's more of like an intro, but it's just I think it's iconic and it's on the DVD, the Blu-ray, the posters. So yeah,
Oh
for
yeah, that
me,
was a big. The fact that it had all of them is kind of cool. Like
that was
that. That's I like when they do their intros like that.
I mean, it's great. It's really inspired. So I'm gonna go with that. Jackass the movie, the beginning, the shopping cart gag.
Well, I'm gonna go with I don't know why this is one of my favorite stunts, but I've watched it plenty of times, and I think I like kind of like the build up to it more than the actual stunt itself. But it's I think it's in Jackass 2, which is where it's Knoxville, Dunn, and Margera, and they go in and they get shot by the riot control test.
Oh,
For some reason, and that's like a painful one where like they're like everyone's scared to do it, like no one wants to do it, but I like the build up to it. Like I like where Knoxville's just trying to convince them to do it. Like, come on, it's not gonna be that bad. It's not gonna be that bad. And then they do a test of it, and it's just like this loud bang, and all those pellets just go flying, those rubber bullets, and it's so loud that like Bam's like, oh, screw that, I'm out of this. No, I'm not doing it. And Dunn says the same thing, and they're like, no, no way, you're insane. And Knoxville's like, oh, it's not that bad. It's just loud. It's gonna hurt, but it won't be that bad. And then they do it, and Knoxville's the only one that like stays standing. Like Bam Margera and Ryan Dunn like just fall over in pain, and it's just like it's really intense. But I just love the buildup of just Knoxville trying to convince them like it's not that bad. It's just super loud.
oh gosh, yeah. And Dave England walks away from it. I think Dave was supposed to be
Yeah,
in
he's
it.
like, I'm not doing this one. Yeah.
And Knoxville, I think this sets up cool power dynamics too. It just shows that Knoxville's a beast and
Mhm.
that Bam and Ryan, those two are up for anything.
I feel like if they both agree to like they'll do it if the other one does it, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah, that's a great point. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're kind of a package deal, those two. And
Yep.
just to see them drop. But you're right. I think the best thing that they did was show them shoot it beforehand and the carnage that is caused.
I mean, it was super loud, and I just remember like, and not only that, Johnny Knoxville's not even wearing a mask. He's wearing goggles, and then has his hand over his face, whereas like Bam and Ryan, I think, are wearing masks and like really trying to protect themselves, and Johnny Knoxville's just like, whatever, if I don't get hit in the junk or the face, I'm good.
He's a maniac.
Yeah.
But I think you're right. It just that's one
Uh,
where it's funny because it doesn't feel masochistic because of how Dunn and Pam react.
oh yeah, I know. And
And
just the fact that Johnny's like laughing the whole time trying to convince them is it's just funny to me.
yeah, no, that's a perfect choice. I love that one. I guess I'll have to go. Ooh, my second one, I love the high five from Jackass 3 because
Yeah.
it's just, it's Knoxville's favorite of all his stunts. So New York Times interviewed him and he said the high five is his favorite. And he's like, there's a lot of padding on the high five, so you could hit them with great impact and it's probably not going to break anything, which I love.
Right.
And it's based on a kind of a cartoon, which Knoxville loves. He's all about Woody Woodpecker. But I think the best thing about it is what Knoxville says is that there's a lot of camaraderie. And I counted the amount of laughing in this scene, and there's 86 seconds of just the Jackass guys laughing and just seeing, like, they had Danger Aaron carry soup in.
Yeah,
Get
yeah.
smashed.
It breaks the tray.
And Dunn, as soon as Dunn gets hit, he just laughs. He thinks it's the funniest thing ever. And I think that one's hilarious. But the best is Bam. Just the way
Yeah.
that he gets hit. Just he gets covered from head to toe in flour. And he just starts laughing immediately because you get hit with that, Robert, and it's funny. That's funny.
Oh yeah.
You're gonna
Yeah.
be out of it for a little bit, but once you
You'll
recover,
be in a daze for sure.
yeah, and just once you recover, it's gonna be hilarious because that's a great stunt. That thing is
I just
just, oh, it's so good.
I think like it was during that sketch that like or that stunt that I remember I was sitting with my friend and he was like, isn't it funny that like so many of the stunts is just like they're hurting each other and then you just have like their whole group of friends just like pointing and laughing at you as you're laying on the ground. Like you have nothing else. Like you kind of just have to roll with it, you know? Like it's just funny. Like you just have to laugh because like you get hit, you get injured and you're just laying there and then your friends come over and they're just laughing at you. You just have to kind of join in and you got to laugh too kind of thing. It's
'Cause
funny that you mentioned that one because that's actually what I was going to say is my number 2 also.
oh, dude, it's just so good. And New York Times was writing about Ryan Dunn, and he goes, he looked shot for about 3 seconds, then he burst into laughter. and just
Yeah.
watching them laugh. And that scene features the most amount of laughter in the 5 Jackass films.
Oh
There's
wow.
another one where, let's see, where's it at? So it's High Five, but then they do the Valentine's Day sketch from Jackass number 2, which I love, where Bam has people go up and read that letter that
Oh, they
supposedly
get
a
hit
girl
with
left, and the writing gets smaller and smaller, and as they get closer and closer, they get punched.
Yeah.
And it's just watching Bam sell it. And there's a
Was it a
chick.
balloon? Was it a balloon or was it a fist, like a boxing glove kind of thing?
That's really great. I'm not sure. I
Might be a
think,
box.
and it just slams him in the face.
Yeah.
And they had a chair there for Wee Man. He's like, why would a chair be there? But
Yeah.
just
Why would it be in
watching,
the hallway?
oh, dude, watching Bam sell it. But these things do go wrong because, I mean, Jackass Forever has a really funny one about like cold pressed drinks. But there's one where Dave is going up to Knoxville's house, I think, and one of those things explodes and hits him in the head, and he just has a concussion. You could tell
Yeah.
that he's completely gone, and like no one really laughs. Like, okay, we need a medic because his eyes are he has that 1,000-yard
Yeah.
stare. But I think what makes these two work is there's no major injuries and everyone just laughs because they got. It's hilarious.
Yeah, it's just like a prank on like, their own crew, which I always said like I'd be nervous on the film sets with them because it just seems like they're always after each other, that you always have to be watching your back, or like if you have to go to the bathroom and you got to go into a porta potty, like I would just be scared. I would be scared to go in there.
Yeah, I don't think I could do it. Just to get blown up with all the blue dye
Yeah, I
or
would
have
just
something explode.
just hold it. Yeah.
Or just be knocked down and stuck in with all that feces. Oh
Yep.
man, like when Steve-O gets the porta potty slingshot, and he's like, I probably could have gotten hepatitis from that.
Yeah, dude. Oh God.
Gross.
Yeah.
All right, so what's next? What do you got?
Well, that was my number 2, was the high five. So I mean, I'm just gonna go off of everything you said. Like I just like that one just because it's kind of like fun. Everyone's laughing, even though it's kind of like a prank on everybody. And yeah, just seeing the impact of the hand hitting everyone, like it's just awesome. So that's my number 2. But what's your number 1?
Okay, so my number 1 is the jet ski jump in Jackass 3D, which I love jet ski gags. I was just a guest on. It's out today, April 1st. There's a podcast called Exploding Helicopter where they cover films with that feature an exploding helicopter. And Dolph Lundgren is in the most movies with exploding helicopters, and that makes me very happy. But
Oh wow.
every April 1st, he does exploding refrigerator or exploding microwave. So this year he brought me on for exploding jet ski because I'm kind of known on the internet as the jet ski action scene guy. And we talked about Waterworld and the 5 exploding jet skis in that movie. So to feature one in Jackass 3D with the Easy Rider helmet, they're at the mansion, and I never felt Knoxville was unsafe in this one. There's some where you just think, oh man, this is bad, but just
Right.
watching him clear those, he takes out hedges, and then
Yeah.
he wipes out on the hill, and then Pontius is like, man, my dad's gonna ground me. Like, look at this bush. Like, just, and even Pontius's introduction, he just makes a really silly intro. But yeah, that's probably my favorite. Just because it's dangerous, but it's also funny.
And
But
it's like iconic. It's like on the cover and stuff, right? Or on the
yeah,
post maybe.
because I mean, it's just they had to do some math, and they found shrubs, and so yeah, that's it for me. I'm just a big jet ski guy, so that's
You
my
love your
favorite.
That makes sense. Mine is probably it's not like, I don't know, like I feel like people don't talk about it enough, but I like the Electric Avenue. I like the one where they're hanging the tasers,
Oh
and they
gosh,
not only are they hanging the tasers, but they're also like drilled in like these wooden beams, so you have to kind of crawl over or duck under. And honestly, I think the reason why I like that is because like I think I could do that one. I think I could do that one. It would be painful and it would hurt a lot, but I think I could power through and get through that one. And it just kind of, as painful as it looks, I love the fact that they're all standing at the edge and not wanting to go through, and they're kind of just, like moving around nervously, and then finally they're just like, screw it, and they just start running through, and they're just hitting off of like the walls and the wooden beams and tripping over each other. It just was like total chaos, and I liked it for that reason.
you're right. You get the added difficulty with the boards in the middle of it, so you can't just run through. You
Right.
can't really crawl through it because you'll just get stomped by the guys.
And wasn't there? I think there was like tires in there too.